HarperCollins presents Raven Smith's Men by Raven Smith, read by Raven Smith. For Richard, I guess. Foreword. Herein lie the men of Raven Smith, my men, of course, not yours. Each of them has left a mark, a memory, a stain, whether they meant to or not. Some hit deep and I caught all the feels, some I discarded like a clip-on necktie. Some I know by blood, others by employment. These chaps have either wound me up or let me down, either wheedling their way under my skin or being rather pleasantly granted access. Maybe the guy was funny, or tall, or implausibly charming. Maybe the guy was none of those, but he tossed me off. Maybe he left me breathless, or left me cold. Some of them clapped my cheeks, while others clapped themselves on their backs. There have been disc jockeys and knob jockeys, sad sacks and nut sacks. There have been amateur sociologists, privilege apologists, and the occasional scatologist. There are stepdads and actual dads, and some who just want to be called daddy. Speaking of which, some were sports dads, ripped and gladiatorial, where others felt vaguely diseased, verging on cadaverous. I still don't know the exact criteria for inclusion in this book, what made me commit some men, but not others, to paper. There is no empirical formula, no easy equation. I know I never wanted to lump types of men together like curds in a split sauce. I wanted to taste each one separately. And every time I sat down to write this introduction, I could feel myself making excuses for my fixation on men and need to explain how I became so enthralled to illustrate why I'm still so engrossed. Maybe they got to me young, these men, before the charcoal masks and sleep gummies and expensive artisanal shirts. Maybe I didn't wear enough blue as a baby, or maybe I wore too much. My mum breastfed me until I was 4 years old. This is the first and last time I will ever speak on this, so maybe there's something in that. Okay, I'm still speaking on this because my mum read the final draft and said I only did 18 months on the teat tops, which is probably fine, development-wise. Maybe she's lying to herself. Maybe it's a self-denial we both need. And also, my MySpace bio still says my mum breastfed me till I was 4, and I don't have the login to change it. I want to both absolve myself from the guilt of thoroughly enjoying men and their mess, and I also genuinely want to enjoy them guilt-free without apologising. Not saying sorry is known as the Tory MP approach. I'm aware that once you start talking about men and masculinity, things can very quickly descend into a serious discussion, a proper talk. But I must say, I've also had a lot of fun with men, and even more fun being one. I didn't intend to centre men in my memoir. It was meant to be a chapter about my childhood, followed by a chapter about me, followed by another chapter about how special I am. Perhaps a micro-chapter about my husband or cat or the internet for balance. But men are hiding in every memory, every personal recollection. They dominate elsewhere too, in culture and finance, in economics and politics. They are the his in history. My hackles go up along with yours, but from where I stand, I can see that masculinity is both freeing and limiting. The traditional male qualities, strength, courage, leadership, independence, are also constructed and fallible. Being a man is never net good or net bad. This book isn't so much for men as about them. I've been trying to nutshell what it is about them that has kept me intrigued my whole life, and it boils down to 3 things. Firstly, I love them. Secondly, I can see how bottomlessly problematic they are. Thirdly, both these things converge in my own sense of self, my own masculinity. I can only talk from first-hand experience, where the personal, the primal, and the perennial intertwine. I want to look at my own history without flinching, to excavate things I've buried and trap my lifetime of manliness in amber for inspection. Expect soft boys, hard truths, and a rigorous retelling of every time I've been punched or fingered. You have your own men, of course, in all their
Sample complete. Ready to continue?